Hi everyone, my name is Mikael, and today I want to talk about a very important concept called productivity. Productivity is everything in a tech company and even in your daily life. We constantly have so many tasks on a daily basis, and we have to handle and juggle so many different activities, taking care of your family, having some fun, and then handling your job amongst others. And sometimes you deal with even health issues and other things that are out of your control, and you still need to find a way to balance all of that and still be able to produce the output that your daily job expects you to produce. And so that is the reason why you need to have a system that allows you to be productive both in the tech environment or your company as well as your daily life. So I will focus more on the skills that will help you on your daily job. So if you're trying to land your first job, or yeah, if you're a student and you're still learning, that like these are skills that you should learn alongside your normal work, so that you're basically more prepared for the time when you get into to work with a tech company. I want to share a personal story about productivity. So just so you see where I'm coming from with this, my very first job and my very first company that I joined in the US was Microsoft. And so when I joined Microsoft, I remember I was working really hard. Like I was putting in extra hours almost every single day because I felt like the problems I was solving, there was a lot of context that I needed to learn and acquire as quickly as possible. So I'll put in extra hours. But more importantly, I will try to solve problems on my own. So that means that when I face very challenging problems, I will put in all those extra hours trying to find solutions to the problem on my own. So in my mind, I thought that I was working really hard, and well, I thought I was working really hard because I was putting in all those extra hours, and I thought that because of that, like I was doing really good. But thankfully, I had this one-on-one, feedback uh, constantly with my managers. And after some time, I think probably it took me a year to learn this. So it took me one full year to learn that I wasn't being productive at my work. That was a shock because I thought I was doing the most with all of the efforts I was putting in. I thought I was doing the most, but I wasn't being productive. And that lesson really changed everything about the way I approached work. With my previous way of approaching work, trying to solve everything on my own, like I would go through these periods of high stress, high intensity stress, and the output won't reflect the amount of time that I'm putting in. um, but after I learned that basically I didn't have to solve those problems on my own because so many other people in the company had worked with those systems I was trying to work before. So I could just have asked, like, hey, can you help me? And then a problem that took me several days to finish, like just in a matter of an hour or a couple of hours, I was able to get the results for that work. That's the reason why I feel like need to share these stories so that you understand how work, like what it feels like to work in a tech company like Microsoft, and what are some of the mistakes that I make along the way so that you don't make the same mistakes. And also, yeah, basically just to prepare you to be more equipped for that time when you get your job or your tech job. So in the next series of videos, I'll be talking about some of these skills individually. The goal is that I want you to be able to see from my perspective what it is like to work in a big tech company and to grow in that company. So that's why I want to share the mistakes, the challenges, and all of the things that I'm learning along the way. So stay tuned for my next videos, and I will see you next time.